So I'm. Yo, is the stream working? Yeah, I think it was sweet. The villain. Stream working? Shit, boys, 2 secs. Alright, boom, let me quickly get this on my Insta. The market's absolutely crazy right now. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. Shit, I need a photo to use. Fuck. Bro, what photo have I got for live? Yeah, what we saying? Morning, everyone. Everyone, let me know what we're looking for. It's going to be a lovely stream today, boys. It's going to be a lovely, lovely stream. Bro, I don't know what picture to use for this fucking post, bro. What we saying, everyone on TikTok? What we saying? Yo, boys, if you're here on YouTube, let me know what page you're looking at. Everyone, let me know what page you're looking at. How's your morning gone so far? I know a lot of people was looking for positions that have probably already happened. So yeah, just let me know, boys, what you're looking at. I need to just pick anything for this Insta. Sorry, boys, 2 secs. This is better than no, that counts is soon. Cool, that is heavy music, bro. That's going on. There we go. Alright, cool. Now the TikTok's patterned, YouTube's patterned, we can get going. Alright, yes, everyone, let me know who's it. Everyone double tap the screen. If you're on TikTok, everyone double tap the screen. There's not many man on TikTok, so everyone just double tap. Try to see who's in there. We've got MB and Aaron. A few people would still rather watch on TikTok. Alright. Alright. So let's get this laid out properly. Oh shit, yeah. Get this on the thing quick. Let this load in. Sometimes this thing bugs out and don't load in. Come on, bruv. Alright, fuck it, there we go. Cool. Chat's on. Sweet. Morning Ralph, morning George. Did you catch that GU trade? We'll get into GU this morning, bro. Good morning Lou, morning Philip, morning OM, morning Mehmet, morning Blue Sky, morning VGOK. Price is a bitch, yeah, trust. Morning Philip, morning Niz, morning V. Miss GU sells by a couple pips for you, man. Morning Lou, morning bro, morning G on a week left FG. I can't lie, I'm in a position like this morning with the drop. I'm not sure what to do, whether to look for buyers or to leave it for the day. Morning was looking at GU sales, didn't pull the trigger. Yeah, we'll get into how you should approach the market. We'll get into it, exactly how to approach the market. Same, GU tap 50% a weekly, morning Lou, morning. So most people's trading GU, we're mostly looking at WAS. Yo, am I muted on TikTok or can you man hear me? TikTok, can you man hear me or am I muted? Morning MH, morning Ian. Morning Piotr, morning Stu. Piotr. Morning Russ, morning Sammy. How we all doing, boys? GU tap 15 a weekly, right? Yeah, so let's get into GU first. Let's get into GU. If you're here on TikTok, say yo, boys. Let me know you're here. But anyway, yeah, firstly getting into it, I mean, the order flow. The order flow is just nicely bearish. If we're looking at what's happening with price, you just got to look at the most recent internal and external moves. So obviously we made the low there and then filled the fair value gap. So made the low, filled the 4-hour fair value gap, then made another low. And if we look slightly lower down with these lows here, you can see they're all again being mitigated. So we're seeing this bearish mitigation. So that was the main 4-hour. It's the 4-hour that we mitigated. And then we got obviously an order block we came off of, imbalance, imbalance, imbalance. So we had this order block here that I wanted price to tap into and then move, which obviously happened really early on in the morning. We wanted that next internal to external move. So yeah, it's happened a bit early, but the main reason it's happened early is because of the news for the dollar. Looking at buys this morning, yes Lou, coming from pre-London, Lolly. Lolly, I need to get some more man on this TikTok. What you saying, Wiggy? How you doing, bro? I need to get some more man on this TikTok live. Yo, if you're on TikTok, boys, double tap. What you saying, T? What you saying, Wiggy? You man on TikTok, let me know what pairs we're looking at. Everyone else on YouTube. I'm pretty sure everyone's looking at GU. That's the main thing. So we're going to be looking at EG. Just so we know what really is the best one to approach for either pairs. And I mean, it's coming down to our imbalance that we've been wanting it to come down to for ages. So it's going well. Want it to fill some of this week and then start moving up. But right now, again, I'm still looking at sells. So we're just seeing this CRT and these order blocks again. CRT of this high, that high. CRT of this high. And then tapping into the order block and then running. So really everything we've been looking for in EG has gone pretty standard, pretty nice. I still want us to come up to that order block. We've also got imbalance here. So I do want us to come up and then get back down into the sell. This is obviously the 4-hour chart though. So when we go on to the 15. Price is starting to move now. Price is actually at least starting to move. Okay, fuck me, how long is this? Let me get rid of some of these. Alright, yeah, let me know what pairs we're looking at. GU week, left G. Yeah, everyone's looking at GU EU. Let's have a look at Euro GBP. EG's had to change of character now. GU and EU is just going to drop, I'll be honest. GU and EU don't really want to be getting in. If you want to look at the actual entry, it's just textbook what we teach. Honestly, if you watch my YouTube video, my strategy videos, it will tell you literally nothing else other than to trade this exact 3 steps. It will tell you step 1, wait for the age of high to get taken. Step 2, wait for a fair value gap or an inversion fair value gap. And step 3, enter and aim for the age of low. So honestly, our strategy's already pretty much played out perfectly. If you didn't get in the trade, you got to ask yourself, why not? Why not? Morning, buddy. What you saying, Shane? How you doing, bro? EU as well. So EU is pretty similar, although we did have SMT. So you can see EU didn't break that high. EU didn't take that Asia high. It actually just stayed there and moved down. Whereas obviously GU did. So we another imbalance there, which was last mitigated, and then that moved down to the external low. So pretty clean price action, not gonna lie. It just happened really quick to what we'd expect. Let me drag this across. So yeah, the only pairs that I'm really going to be looking at right now is EG, to be honest, because this is running, you're not going to long this, and this is running, you're not going to long this either. We've taken our external liquidity, so the next move is going to be this return up here and then a big sell-off back down. Right, that's what I believe the next move is going to be. Blue DXY had that gap below Asia low, which didn't get filled. Would you say that was a valid reason to get in the to not get in GU cells? Let's have a look at what you're talking about. Right, so again, just saw this internal external move. If you go on the 4 hour, you can see exactly what's sort of gone on. What we're saying, if you're on TikTok, boys, everyone double tap the screen. We've got 30 man on here. We've got about 100 over on TikTok as well, boys. Everyone double tap the screen if you can. Going to be getting into these trades now. So the DXY opening gap. I mean, it would be nicer if it was to be filled, but you're mainly just looking at price action. But yeah, if you wanted to leave it for that reason, then fair enough. We was seeing SMT as well. Obviously, DXY just tapping into that daily open. And you can see most traders will be like, bro, like, what the fuck have we tapped into? Like, this just seems like a random level. But when you've got the daily open, and when you're using the daily open, your eyes become so much more open. So, okay, it's just a daily open. It's just a premium and discount. Yeah, this TikTok live is dreadful, bro. There's 15 man on there. This account is so washed, but they keep banning me on my mains. GU winner, your system is naughty. Trust me, Shane. Trust me, Shane. But yeah, so DXY, and obviously that was mainly caused by, we had a lot of news come out. If you don't know what the news was, it was the tariffs, right? So there was news about the tariffs, obviously been dropped from China and America have suspended tariffs for 90 days, which is obviously going to be a lot better for the American economy. Again, not too sure what Donald Trump really was trying to get out of that, but sort of hasn't really gone well for him. Appreciate the like, Seth. Yeah, so EG, I'd like to see us come into. Wait, let me make this a bit lighter because this is higher time frame stuff. Fucking hell, 10 and that 3. Lock that. And this will be the main imbalance I'm looking to get filled for EG. So it's the most likely position we're going to have is a move up to fill this. We've gone the 1 minute. We've taken the Asia low, that goes without saying, because fuck me. Asia has been absolutely dominated. So the Asia low has been swept, so now we're really just going to be looking for reversals. Can you look at GU week left EG? Yeah, we're in it now though. Just because we're touching the FVG, I mean we want to get into it. Right, we're in the FVG now. We're not even, well, we're probably just about at 50%. Right, so we've still got a lot to come down to this FVG. We've still got 30 pips, 40 pips to come down to the FVG. And what we could potentially come down to as well is that CRT, which is 120 pips. We look at EU as well. See, again, we're coming down. We're in this imbalance now. EU's actually mitigated this imbalance, but we still got another, again, 250 pips down to fill that CRT. And then same with DXY. So DXY's filled that imbalance, but it's still moving up to that CRT. So GU is really the least likely to reverse right now, because it's not even in the FVG, or it's not even filled it yet. But if we look at actual market structure and we're looking at getting into a trade, we have got change of character there, fair value gap there. So yeah, you probably would be looking to get in around about now. I'm not gonna lie, you would be looking to get in somewhere within this fair value gap. If it's already been taken, you may want to go below there or something. Something like that is going to be what you're going to go for. Let's see how it does. I mean, we got nothing else to look at, so we may as well, chat, just look at this. Yeah, I'm literally sending it now, happy. Still, I don't know if you want to reply to that and just give your opinion on EG, mate, because you do trade it quite a bit. It might help people get a bit of context if they're not on the stream. I would, but I just don't want to fucking tap it out while I'm speaking to you, man. Alright, cool, let me read chat. 40 man on this TikTok, 90 man on YouTube, 40 man on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, boys, everyone double tap the screen. Whoever drops the most likes on this stream, once the stream's finished, I'm gonna jump off, DM you, and give you free mentorship. So everyone double tap the screen, and whoever's got the most likes, as I said, I'll give you a message after this and give you free mentorship, boys, or free signals, one of the two, whichever one you want. Someone said to me the other day, price is always finding supply or demand. It can't find both at the same time. Not sure what to make of that line, got confused. Well, no, yeah, it's basically just saying it's either seeking out sell side or buy side. But the thing is, so the sort of problem with that is you're going to get stuff like this where you're going to be in a big move like this, yeah? So this is your 4 hour, let's say this is your 4 hour leg. It's your 4 hour leg in price. So obviously you're going to come into a demand zone, for example, right? So, we've got our supply zone here, right? So say you want to sell off this supply. The reason internal and external is a lot better, because you've got supply there, right? With internal and external, but what's going on here? So that's the daily, this is the 15-minute, what we're seeing these, or the 4 hour, this is the 15-minute. Right, what we see, and then we get that move. What we see in here, so people would say, oh, we've got supply there, so we're only even moving towards supply or demand. But when you use internal and externals, it actually shows you what's going in these little legs as well, where you've got breaker structures. Ooh. You've got breaker structures and then mitigating fair value gaps. Again, breaking the high, mitigating a fair value gap. Breaking the high, mitigating a fair. So this is why internal and external is a little bit better than that. It's because it doesn't just encapsulate the one move. you can sort of break it down into different time frames and see like what we're moving off of. Internal and external liquidity is the best way. It's the correct way to look at it because it doesn't move because of supply and demand. It moves because of what it's seeking out. Yeah, everyone double tap the screen, man. 2k lights in here. Bro, you reckon trying to enter this again this morning is forcing trade? Seems like ship has already sailed. Not necessarily, boys. I mean, this is literally 7 pips of entry. So if you did want to get in, you can still live execution it, boys. Do you know what I mean? There's still opportunities to get in. But yeah, I mean, just don't force anything. Like you said, you know when you're forcing it. As you said, is this forcing trades? For you, the fact you've asked that, it probably is. Because the fact you've even have to ask that shows deep down you know something in your mind is telling you I shouldn't really be getting in. So just listen to that voice in your head, bro. And listen, psychology is not necessarily, boys, and take this in, psychology is not necessarily about doing the right thing every time. It's about listening to that voice in your head, right? When it tells you something, when you think that it's not right, so for example, this trade might retap in and run, but thinker would have been better to listen to that voice in his head and say, cool, my mind's telling me this, I'm going to stick to this because that's it. I'm not going to change my mind midway through. If the trade starts running, if it starts coming back, I'm not going to change my mind. So yeah, technically he would have made the wrong decision to not get in, but the whole thing about building your psychology is trusting your own head and making that decision for yourself and trusting yourself. So it'd be way better for him to stick to what he needs to do and what his own mind's telling him to do and not take a trade, or rather than take a winning trade off something that his mind's sort of a bit 50-50 on, because then it just encourages you. You're rewarding your brain for being 50-50. Like, this doesn't really help you in the long run. Appreciate all the likes, boys. Load of trade. Appreciate all the likes, people. Yeah, if I missed any comments on TikTok, boys, just let me know. I am live on YouTube as well. Riches FX. To be fair, this one's moving pretty well. Mine's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Alright, so 50 man on there, 100 man on YouTube. Let's go, boys. Bro, your view on EU today. So EU today it's already played, bro, for our London session. It's already played, man. It's already played out. So there's no point really looking at it, to be fair. What we can, obviously we've had that move. We already did explain that, but what we can be looking for now is potential reversals, and a great way to do this, if you didn't know already, is inversion fair value gaps. So when we have these fair value gaps, as you know, or you should know, should fill these fair value gaps and move down. So we have a leg in price, we have a fair value gap, we fill, we should move down. And then we'll have another fair value gap, we'll fill, and then move down. That's how we should move. So if, at this point here, rather than filling it and moving down, we actually move above it, then that means we're looking for it to flip. So we no longer want it to be a bearish one, it flips, and we want it to become a bullish one. So then we'll use that as a level to get in bias, because that will tell us that all the flows flipped, right? It's the same, really similar to a market structure shift or a change of character. 1 to 5 RR, but don't want to trade Mondays. When is this Thailand trip happening? Mehmet, send me a DM, bro. If you haven't already sent me a DM, bro, send me a DM about it so I can give you some more info. Make sure you DM me on Discord. My name on Discord is Louis. You'll see me on there. Cheers, boys. Let me know who drinks coffee when they trade, who drinks tea, who drinks water. Let me know in the chat. For me, it's got to be coffee, man. I've got to have that extra kick to my brain. Yeah, you can see though the pound's seemingly getting weaker, while the euro, well, to be fair, the euro's filled that now. So what we're about to see is really what we should do, boys. So this is why I say it's important to look at the market every day. This is what we should do, right? Which means every time you see it gets inverted, you're now like, okay, this actually makes sense because I've seen how we should react. So we should go bomb, bomb. I've seen how we should react. So if we don't, next time, then you're going to identify it way easier. Net migration will fall significantly under reforms to tighten UK's broken system. PM tells you what? Oh, under reforms to tighten it. So they reckon coffee, yeah, trust me, bro. Coffee then Red Bull. You'll absolutely shit yourself. Go on that. Go on, Lou. That's definitely on your karaoke playlist. Oh, mate, I've got a lot of songs on my karaoke playlist. Zoom out a bit, bro, so you can see the parent time frame. Oh, yeah, let me turn on. There you go. It says there, Insta, pair, time frame, date, in case you forgot the date. If you're a fucking idiot. We were looking to fill M-Wogs, but that Sivan last week's... Well, I don't know what you mean, bro. Say that again. Organic ground Machu Picchu from Peru here. Machu Picchu, bro. What? That's like a coffee called Big Ben. Or the Great Pyramid, like. Or the Christ the Redeemer. Fair play, a dark chocolate undertone. Okay, so Sesame is one of these actual coffee connoisseurs, bro. Sesame knows about the undertones and that. I'll be honest, boys. I way prefer the coffee out of the box, out of the thing. I've got a big coffee machine. I think I've got 2 coffee machines. I've got one in my house and I've got one myself. But they just don't hit the same. It just does not get you. Don't get you buzzed. Don't get you licked. No, I'm joking. Just don't like. It's just too milky and nice. You know what I mean? It's just got to be fucking. It's got to be a little bit unenjoyable, in my opinion, for it to actually be like. You know what I mean? No, not really. I just like what I like. Fair play. It's my go-to or Slepo. Yeah, that does sound banging, to be fair. That does sound banging. Thanks for that info, mate. I was thinking it can't be as easy as that one-liner. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, boys, if I missed any comments, as I said, just put them in again. Everyone double tap the screen to get 10k likes on TikTok. How many likes we on YouTube as well? Let's get 50 likes in this stream, boys. Let's see if we can get above a 2-to-1 or above a 1-to-1 ratio of likes to not likes. If everyone can drop a like on the stream, that would be sick. Let's look at order flow now on the lower time frame. So at this point here, you're just sort of tracking what's going on. So you want to see basically where we're at in price. We hired all this. So now you can see we're starting, and the reason we sort of was looking at that is because you can see we're starting to, order flow starting to change, right? We've got, let me actually get up a fresh Euro GBP so you can see what I mean. Okay, this one's not actually, it doesn't look the best. So it looks way worse. Okay, that's weird. Get a different one. Capital.com. Alright, so yeah, this is a bit better. So what you can see now is also, we want to, most basic things, remember boys, trading is about doing the basic things right, doing the simple things right. So we got high or low, high, low. Let me get rid of the indicator as well, just so you can see just price for what it is. So high, low, and then we got a high here. So this is where the market structure shift came. So we came from, so if we look at it, lower price action taking us lower. So this one obviously broke the high. So the fact that this one broke the high shows us we're now in that switch around order flow. We're now in a different order flow. So now the current range is from there to there. So now we want to see, are we going to continue that bullish order flow, or are we going to break out the low and just reject what we've already seen? You can see we have actually broken out of the high. So now we have a new range. Now we have a range from this low to this low, right? So it's our second bullish range now has formed. So again, we want to see a break of that, and we want to see another one form. So yeah, basically what we want to see is anything in this leg, and basically the internal external thing. As I said, the market moves, boys, based on internal and external liquidity. That's all it is. If you don't know what that is, if you're on TikTok or YouTube and you're not really aware of what I'm talking about when I say internal, external, let me write it down for you. Internal equals fair value gaps and order blocks. So that is something within the range. So for the range is here, the range is here to here. Then our internal liquidity is going to be this order block, this fair value gap, basically anything within this range, right? Any order blocks or fair value gaps or breaker blocks. So basically internal liquidity is FVGs and order blocks, and then external liquidity is even easier. It's literally highs and lows, right? So those red lines you see there. So our internals are order blocks and our fair values, and our external is our actual highs and our lows. And these are the only two things that price moves towards. It price does never moves to anything else. The only third option you have is when obviously we have news and price moves impulsively, but that is more still moving to some form of internal and external liquidity. And that's pretty much how we get legs in price form, boys, for those of you that don't know. So we get leg in price, then we'll fill the internal, so an order block, and then take external, the high. And then we'll have an internal order block again, so we'll come down and fill internal, and then we'll take external by taking the high. Right, and that's how you get a leg in price. So all we're looking for now is internal, external. Right here we saw external taken, price came down, filled the internal fair value gap. So right now, the internal and external is bullish. So we want to make sure and check that it basically stays that way. So next I'm going to mark out my current high and low, which is obviously we did that already here and here. And I'm going to mark out potential internal liquidity. So I'm seeing this order block here as a good point. So let me actually move this for a sec just so you can see. So you can see that we got the leg that took external, then we got internal fill, and we got external high. We took the external, and we got internal to fill, so we should fill that. Then we take the external. That's exactly how we should really be moving. You took the trade. If you want to know about if I took the trade or whatnot, make sure you get into my signals, boys, because I do talk everything about the getting into it there, but I can't really say on TikTok and that. Like to froth milk me though. Yeah, see, that's what that bro says to me. That's exactly what I mean. Like, that tastes banging, but it tastes too nice for coffee. Like, I'm not, like, it tastes too nice. Thing is with coffee, yeah, you see when you some people, Mace to be fair, is like this. He likes it. You see when you eat like mustard or something like that, and you get that like thing up your nose, you get that like, you get a feeling, and not just a taste, you get like a feeling from it, and people like fiend out for that stuff. I'm the same with coffee. I like, if you have like a really strong black coffee, and you know when you drink it, and it's like, bro, I can't explain it, but it'll hit the back of your, like the back of your throat, and you literally feel your blood instantly move. Like, I'm not even capping. I swear down. Turkish tea is the best tea. Nah, bro, you man like too much sugar. You guys are crazy with the sugar, bro. You guys are crazy with the sugar. Bro, I've noticed that though. Like, I think Asian people in general prefer sugar. I know Turkish is sort of Asia and Europe, but even whenever my mates who are Asian, they'll always in their tea have like 3 or 4 sugars, which for me is like just uncomprehendable, innit? But heard Brazilian coffee is fire. Yeah, Brazilian bold. That's what Joey Diaz is like when he talks about Brazilian bold. Because you want to have a fucking Brazilian bold. The world is run on fucking Brazilian bold. You think you go on Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, I think that's where he says does the Brazilian bold in Dunkin' Donuts apparently. But yeah, we basically need this external high to be taken. So let's see if that happens. See if the Monday morning continues in this beautiful fashion. How was everyone's weekend though, chat? Let me know. As I said, I'll be giving the most give. Ah! Oh, that bear. Bear up, bruv. I have 5 in mind. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, look, this guy. I think you're from? India, maybe? Oh, no. Well, singular. I don't know. I'm assuming India. I don't know. I hate black coffee for the taste and bitterness that hits, but I have vanilla latte. This is what I mean, bro. Like, you got grown-ass dudes like Stu having vanilla lattes. Oh, I like. Oh no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. That's it, man. The bitterness. That's there. That's the word. The bitterness that hits. Pears. Oh yeah. Let me turn it back on. It says down there, bro. But you're gonna turn this off for a sec because it's not really much need of it. So I want to keep my chart pretty clean right now, so you man can see what's going on. We just want to focus on the order flow. Want to focus on what's going on. Remember, boys, it's all about what's going on, and once you look at the market for internal and external, it makes it so much easier to make sense of the market and make sense of what you're seeing, because you can see what we're targeting. We're always moving towards internal or external. So it's supply and demand, just basically liquidity. It's just order blocks, bro. It's just what we would call an order block, but supply and demand is just conceptualizing it, sort of saying like, the world works in supply and demand, so does the market. So if it goes down, it must be excess supply, and if it goes up, it must be excess demand. Whereas the order blocks theory and stuff like that tries to actually make sense of, yes, that may be the case. There are certain points that cause a lack in demand, but the lack in demand is sort of the result, if you know what I mean. So the result is there's a lack of demand, which is what moves the price. Whereas we'd say what causes the lack in demand is the order block that we've tapped in, and which means that a load of people are either liquidating in or out of their positions, either way. But we're just basically saying what actually causes the result of supply and demand, which is why what we teach is a bit more in depth and a bit better to learn. Cheers, mate. Good story. I can't actually remember what I said, but I'm assuming that was sarcastic. HP. To be fair, he is literally Batman, so I don't really want to. Asia higher is lose TP, says, yeah. Let me read these comments. Moroccan tea on top by far. Moroccan tea, you know, what's Moroccan tea? You in the, you like flat white? Nah, bro, I'll be real, I don't really. Sometimes I'll do it when I'm in Starbucks just because I don't want to embarrass myself and I don't want to sound like a pussy, so.
Yeah, flat white, please.
Or sometimes, bro, sometimes they don't rate me. Sometimes, like, I'm like an espresso or whatever. I'll ask for like a black coffee or something, and they'll ask me, do I want milk? Like, bro, no, bro. I said, well, I want a black coffee. Do I look like a pussy or something? Like, why are you looking at me and assuming I need milk in my thing? Like, because I know if like a I don't know, like a 40-year-old fucking sailor or something, proper old school fella coming and ask for a black coffee, you'd know. You'd be like, yeah, cool, take that. With me, it's like, are you sure? Yeah, you sure? It's like they're trying to make us. They're trying to belittle, man. Americano, yeah, that's it. Americano, yeah. Americano, and they're like, without milk, yeah. Yeah, I'm not an idiot or a fucking pussy. Anyway, all right. Like double espresso or just black double espresso shot too. Yeah, I rate double espresso. There was about a week period in the office when we was in the our first office in Canary where me and Mace would just get like, it would start off with getting espresso and the next day we'd get 2 in 1, and we realised you could just build it as much as you want. I think the most we went up to was like 4 or 5 espressos in 1, and mate, it's literally like drinking mud. Like it's heavy. To be fair, you'll have, if you have sugar in our traditional glasses, it'll probably be a lot for you. I have like 1, 2, yeah, because they're small and they're glass. Yeah, they actually are glasses, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Mehmet, you're gonna have to, when you're on the Thailand, you're gonna have to, actually to be fair, they love a Turkish tea out there. They do love a Turkish tea. I think the Russians might drink it. I think the Russians might drink Turkish tea, because you get a lot of Russians out there, innit? Sorry if I'm being annoying, bit new to this, so my problems are, it's pretty stupid. Nah, bro, it's fine, Joe. Joe, your comment didn't actually come from, oh, yeah. Yeah, nah, sweet, Joe, bro. Any questions? No such thing as a stupid question. It's only stupid if you don't ask the question. You're like, if you're sitting there, you don't know something, you want to ask, be like, oh, I can't ask, I don't want to seem like an idiot. Then you are the idiot. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's not known something. Everything you don't know, I once didn't know, and I would never be here if I didn't ask and learn and shit. You know what I mean? You're here watching this live. If you got any questions, boys, feel free to ask. No one's judging you. We're all here to improve. We're all at different levels. You've got to remember, boys, if you're watching this live, there's someone in here worse at trading than you and someone in here better at trading than you. So we're all just in the same boat. Other than me, I'm like the Christ Redeemer at the top of the thing. No, I'm joking. I can't compare myself to Jesus. That's insane. I'll neck myself for that because that was insane. All good, big draw. Ask away. Can you break down EU trade, please? How do you find buyers? I watched the YouTube video, but do you still use the method? Yeah, bro. What YouTube video did you watch, Bobby? 10.5 or slap. I'm going for the DTO. Yeah, where is the DTO? I think the DTO is pretty. So the DTO is, where is it? Yeah, the DTO is all the way up there. So yeah, you could definitely aim for the DTO. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. Remember, boys, a 3.5 to 1 is really, really decent, man. I can't lie to you. The more you trade, the more you realise, and even I've realised this recently, like, the more, like, as trading becomes consistent, you realise that. Bro necked himself. No, I had to for that. That was crazy. I'm going for DTO. Bobby G, I was in your position. I'd watch all their YouTube vids. They do even the breakdowns on trades they take is so helpful. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, and Bobby, just keep learning, bro. Keep learning, and keep joining these lives. It makes so much more sense. Yeah, that's it, man. The main thing you boys want to make sure of is that you're making sense of each day. If you miss a trade or lose a trade, it don't matter. But you want to make sense of it. You want to see me explain either why you've won or why you've lost, and actually understand why. Because who cares if you've won or lost? If you've won £100, it's not going to change your life. If you've lost £100, it is not going to change your life. What is going to change your life is knowledge. You can get life-changing knowledge and insight and learning. So, is double bottom or double top at a good key level followed by risk management? No, Man City, not really, bro. How much you want to bet it's going to hit SL? Well, I mean, if you wanted to bet it's going to hit SL, you can literally place a trade. Sort of the whole point of what we're doing. There's no need to place a bet with each other. We sort of have the market as the middleman, which sort of has trillions of dollars of liquidity rather than mine and yours couple of grand that we're willing to put on it. So, yeah, if you're betting that hard, then put money on it. If not, sit down, shut up. What time frame do you use? We use all different time frames, bro. Why you don't show the real trades you take in like GBP, sell or Euro? Not too sure what you mean, bro, but if you're asking like why I do certain shit, it's because I can't show it on TikTok, bro. This is my third account. My first two are banned right now, so. But yeah, if you're on my Discord, boys, I do have a section. I've just made it over this weekend, and it is called, you can't really see it because the minimizers is so stupid on Discord. You can see live positions. So any position I have when I'm on live, I'll send it in there, as you can see. So if you was on live from the start and you are in the signals, you could have got into this position if you wanted to. That's on top of obviously the actual signals I'm sending, but people just wanted every position base I'm taking on live because people cut out sometimes. They want to place trades, which is fair enough. Look, you pay for a service. It is what it is. I know I can't pay. I think I'm at that point where I'm behind in comments now. E.g. long, have some tea with sugar. I say, what is DTO El Slapo? DTO's daily Troban, bro. Yeah, I'm long into DTO and EG, but could target higher. Fair play. Just want to see it break out of this range first. I mean, I'm gonna draw on this order block in a different way because we can't really see jack shit right now. Let me see the comments. 2 secs, boys, was reading this. Is it true the more detail my strategy is, the higher win rate? To a degree, bro. You want to have enough in there, but you want to give yourself enough wiggle room as well. Like, you can't give yourself analysis paralysis. And another thing you got to realise, boys, right, is there's no formula for the market. There's no formula for it. There's not an X plus A equals C. Do you know what I mean? It's just not a thing. It's not how it works. So if you're doing your analysis and doing your strategy and detailing it so much, you're trying to find a correct answer. There is no correct answer. It's about using what you have and stacking the odds in your favour. So that's all we try to do over here. We just try to stack the odds in our favour. We get in at likely times, get in when likely points have been hit, and we get in during likely pairs. Do you know what I mean? It's just stacking the odds in your favour. We trade with the trend. It's just literally that. There's no way of perfecting it. But what we're doing, I'll show you, for example, now. To be fair, this probably isn't the best example, but if I show you on, well, to be fair, let's use EG. Yeah, it's just about stacking odds in your favour. So, like, for example, we know when the Asia low's been taken, it's a big liquidity point. So if I turn on the Asia session here, you'll be able to see it. Right. So you can see Asia low has been swept. We know Asia low is a big point of liquidity. So after the Asia low swept, we're looking for price to rally up to the Asia high. Now this isn't like, do you know, this isn't theory so much. It's just a fact. There's liquidity beneath session highs and lows. It's just more of a fact. So by using these facts and sort of undeniables about the market and stacking a few of those in your favour, you can get really nice strategy, you get really nice positions. But it's not about calling it perfectly. It's high probability. It's just probability game. So, for example, we know when Asia low's taken, it's high probability for buyers. We know at 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. it's high probability to see nice moves. We know Monday is probably not high probability to see big moves. So it's just stacking the odds in your favour, boys. That's all it really is. You've got to have a strategy to base it on, and the Asia liquidity strategy is honestly by far the best strategy out there by a country mile. If you're trading the London session, if you're trading these times and you're not aware of our daily true open strategy and our Asia liquidity grab strategy, good luck in it, because you're about to get cooked in the markets, boys. To be fair, Thailand is a new country. I've heard they like our tea. Yeah, yeah, bro, they do, innit? They genuinely do. They love tea over there. The one where you use the candle close on a daily time frame. Oh, what, CRT you mean? Yeah, we do still use that, bro. We do still use that. I'm garbage at trading at the moment. Already lost 8k. It's great fun. Damn. Are you trading with prop firms, bro, or are you just, yeah? What's sort of your approach right now? DTO bot of Asia. AMD on. I'd probably have my stop loss a break even on this one just because it's such a risky trade. It's such an against trend trade. So yeah, I would have my stop loss at break even. But I wouldn't normally recommend it. This is just, I'll be real, this is more something I'm drawing on just so we can look at something. You know what I mean? Well, there it is. Big Joe, look into prop firm challenges. Yeah, look into prop firm challenges. This trade is pure gambling. I'm not in on this trade, bro. I wouldn't say it's pure gambling, but yeah, I do hear what you're saying. Maybe for you. Big Joe, look into prop firm challenges. Yeah, boys, prop firms are so needed. Prop firms are so needed. Our prop firm that we're choosing to go with, ACG. If you use my code RICHES with ACG, use my code on there, boys, and that will give you a lovely 15% discount code. Not only will it give you a 50% discount code, I'll also bless you with a free trial of my mentorship, boys. Which will mean you get access to all my daily live streams in the morning. You get access to all my strategy videos, all my mentorship videos, all my case studies, all my recaps, etc, etc. Absolutely everything I do, boys. So that is if you use code RICHES, it will get you 50% off with Alpha Capital Group. Links in the description of my YouTube, and if not, then just type up Alpha Capital Group. It's just for live to have a trade to focus on. Surely you plot possibilities out. Yeah, that's it. This is EG, but it does say down there. Want EG to retap, fair play. You're not going to lie, yeah, this is a risky one, chat, so be careful with this, innit? Be careful with this. It's just not much really going to it. All you really got going for it is a 1 minute change of character, which ain't really that strong, so just bear in mind, innit? Just be aware. Let's see what we potentially tapped into now, though. Do we have a lower imbalance that we've tapped into? We have filled this imbalance here. Tapped into this order block more, to be fair. Still want this high to break. What's up with your computer, bro? It seems a bit slow. It's because it's a monitor, bro. This my laptop is fast, and I'm streaming on YouTube right now, so I'm streaming to like 100 odd people. So wonder what EU and GU's doing. We'll have a look at EU and GU in a sec. With such a strong push down, I think EG will continue. Fair play, bro. Fair play. AMD on EG. Yeah, Sesame, potentially. Potentially, for sure. Yeah, GU just sitting, not really doing much. The Euro not really gaining anything. So yeah, the Euro is having a bit of a tough time this morning. To be fair, fundamentally I'm kind of bearish on the Euro anyway, so do be careful with this if you are in this. As I said, not necessarily a trade to get in, but we'll see how it plays. Okay. Why did that aggressive push down even happen? No news either. Thing is with EG, bro, the range is so small, so it looks like such a big move, and it's really not. Like that wick there, for example, it looked like so big, but it was only 4.5 pips. The range is a lot smaller on EG than dollar pairs. Bear that in mind, boys. Not closed below EG, FEG. Does that suggest a reversal? Potentially, bro. Potentially. We just want to see. I mean, what we're about to do is we're going to make another fair value gap here. So we want to see if we can invert this. Right, hopefully we can make it. We've got 1 minute left in this 5 minute, and then we'll have a fair value gap here, so we can see what exactly is going on. We need to wait for it to form. So let's wait for this 1 minute candle to finish. Boys, if you're on TikTok, everyone double tap the screen. If you're on YouTube, everyone drop a like on the vid. Remember, comment section is there for a reason. If you got anything you want me to tell you, teach you, or you got any questions to ask, just ask, bro. Just ask, boys. No worries, January FX. Main drops were due to the reduction of tariffs from China and vice versa. Yeah, I mean, it was all dollar led, boys, as we said at the start. The fundamentals. Let's see how we do, boys, on this now. We sort of want us to fill a fair value. I sort of want us to form a fair value gap at least. So kind of stop pushing up now if you want. No problem in that. So then we actually have a fair value gap that we can see. We can see how price reacts to this now. FEG, BPR, EG. What time frame, Sesame? 2 minute, you mean? Or 1? Alright, so we've got this new fair value gap has formed, which is nice, right? So now we can see if price is going to come up to it and fill it, or if it's just going to disrespect it and move higher. Let's make it. Can you lot see that? Yeah, you lot can see that fair value gap, can't you? Make it a little bit bigger. Sorry if I'm lagging a bit, chat. Alright, now let's see. Let's see us push into this. Oh. Wait. Alright, back, mate. Well, that was crazy. Oh my days. Never had that before. Nice. Hopefully we can actually start pushing through this properly though. I've actually never had that, boys. You ever see them? Oh my god, that feels weird. You ever see the chiropractors where they snap people's backs in place and stuff, and they get up and they're like, oh my god, and you can tell it's like a feeling that they've like never had, like 'cause it's been tied up for so long. I just got that, bro. I just clicked my back and I just got mad head rush and just felt bare weird. Like I've never felt like this. I need to go to one of those trusts. They look bare satisfying, but I'm always just scared that it's gonna snap my neck. Like I'm using my own cash at the moment. I've blown a few 140k FTMO challenges as well. I've only been trying to trade the last 6 months. I'm probably doing all sorts wrong, to be honest. Yeah, Big Joe, bro, get in the mentorship, man. You got to think, you're doing all this. Mentorship's £39 a month. So just get in the mentorship and we're going to give you that step by step by step. And we're going to keep you on track. So not only is there all the videos to get through, we're also live, right? We're live every day with our members. We show up every day at 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. We're on the market saying, boom, this is what we're seeing. This is what we're looking for. This is the news. This is how our strategy plays in. This is the level. This is the direction. Everything like that. And that's every day. So if you're a learner trader or a beginner trader, that's gonna give you insight, and that's gonna actually keep you on track first and foremost. Because as a beginner trader, a lot of the times you open the market and you just don't know where to start, right? And sometimes all you need is that little bit of guidance saying, look, just look for this, look at these type of moves, and then you actually start getting it. So that's the first thing that's going to help you. And secondly, obviously, as I said, all the content, so the pre-recorded content, the video content, every section of trading. If you're a beginner, we teach you market structure. There'll be 6 videos. After you've watched the 6 videos, there's a test. You 100% the test, and then you can move on. If you don't get 10 out of 10 on the test, you can't move on, which means you learn market structure fully, do a test, move on. Liquidity fully, and then move on. All the blocks, fair value gaps, breaker blocks, also known as points of interest, learn them fully and then move on. Psychology fully, then move on. Confluence concepts fully and move on. So that's the core content, and that's going to give you the knowledge you actually need to go forward. And then we're going to teach you our strategy. Then you're going to watch the case studies. By the way, boys, these exact trade, I trade the same strategy every day. I have done for 3 years. So I have a lot of case studies of trades I've caught and won, and they're all pretty much every single one. I've got over 35 trades now documented in a video, fully broken down in a 10-15 minute long video, exactly what I'm looking for. Good morning, Crazy Monday. You dropped like a knife. Trust me, bro, that's the tariffs though, man. That is the tariffs. Some people get tingling all over their body from increased blood flow. I think it might be that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Please stop inviting me to go live, mate. Imagine. Oh, that'd be horrible. Do you reckon EG can go to Asia High? Yeah, potentially can. We're mainly looking at the DTO right now, though, bro. Mainly looking at the DTO. That's a reasonable target, and it's a 3.5 to 1. Really, if it's a 3.5 to 1, do you want to hold on to a 4? Like, is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? So this trade's running now, boys. We're going to update the boys. Update the boys. Oh shit, is that the right one? Not. Sorry boys, bear with me. Yeah, this is my Discord, by the way, boys. This is where I do majority of everything. So make sure you're in my Discord, man. Go to my, if you can't find it, just go to my Instagram, Richet Effects, and you'll find it there. Can I have the updated? There we go. It's so hard. Alright, nice. So we've actually inverted this, as we said, boys. So we closed above that fair value gap, which shows if we wanted to move down, right? What do we know we do in bearish markets? We make lows with momentum, as we did, quick momentum. We come up, fill fair values, and then we move down again. So the fact we haven't done that tells us potentially all the flow isn't to the downside anymore. We still want to break the high because we're still really consolidating until we break out of this high. So let's wait and see till that happens. DXY started reversing, right? Let's have a look. Did it? Let's have a look at the DXY. Reward to stress is important as risk to reward. Very true. Very true. Not a lot of people talk about that either. Right, people saying DXY is starting to reverse. Right, so we are sort of seeing reversal, I suppose. Let's go on the 1 minute, and again, we're going to mark out this market structure. So we're going to do our highs and lows and our internal and external. So what has price most recently moved towards? Price has most recently taken external liquidity. So after taking external, it should come now and fill internal, being a fair value gap or an order block. Obviously down here, the lowest order block is here. So we should now go to the next external high, which is here. This is what should happen if the trend is to continue. So if that doesn't happen, then it tells us, okay, reversals could be on. Now that alone is nothing important. But when we've got, obviously, how we trade, which is waiting for the Asia high to be taken, only during London Open, key times, etc., etc., it starts to be a little bit more significant. So what I'm going to do is mark out this order block. And we want to see if we react off this order block or if we move past. If we move past this order block, then it's looking like we are going to continue to the downside. Or sorry, reverse to the downside. And we'll look at EU and GU as well. Add watermark. Yeah, watermark is there. I just moved my camera too much. There we go. It says down the bottom there now, boys. Have we had it? Yeah, well, so GU is near enough got to change the character. Again, GU, I'm pretty decent. Confident we might actually go bullish because, so if we look at this, obviously took the low, right? And then after we took the low, obviously we had an initial move there. We should take the high here, right? We've got equal highs, but the main thing that interests me is we've got this imbalance, which price is just disrespected. Price has just disrespected it. So we should tap into the 50% of it and then move up. Because that's our last internal liquidity, in my opinion. So have a look at EU as well. So again, EU, you can see filling this imbalance at the side, really, was the main thing it was doing. After we filled that internal liquidity, what do? Take the external low. So again, we're just going to track our internal and external. So we went internal fill, external taken. So now we should go internal fill. Internal, you would have thought it would be that order block. We've obviously come past it now. We have got this imbalance as well, which again we've mitigated. So we want to see, can we actually break this high? Can we actually break out of this high? The main thing we want to know, can we break that high? GU, obviously, we know the high for GU. Can we break this high here? That's what we want to know. And DXY, can we move past this order block and pretty much break that low as well? So we know what we're looking for in EU and GU for potential reversals. And yeah, EG sort of not doing too much, but we've re-tapped into that fair value now. Nice, right? So we've re-tapped into that. We didn't re-tap the 50%, but we have tapped it. Um, 6% away from passing my first ever 100k, bro. Your insight and wisdom helped me a lot. Feel nervous and anxious, not gonna lie. Yeah, bro, it's calm. Just remember, whenever you feel that way, it's just unbeneficial to feel that way. That's literally all you got to realise. As soon as you start to feel anxious, just realise it's not good to feel that way. You'd rather literally look at it this way. You'd rather lose the trade than feel anxious. So every time you feel anxious, just think, oh, hang on. The thing I'm worrying about, the consequence of the thing I'm feeling anxious about is not as bad as feeling anxious itself, right? So just take the trade or don't. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, it's not as bad as being anxious, right? You don't want to be like that. You want to be confident all the time in the market. Bro, the news cooked me. What unscheduled? It's human nature to feel that way. Recognition of feeling is the first step to removing it. Yeah, exactly that. Recognition of it, which we're obviously doing. Not trading today. Open was too crazy. Fair play, bro. We can't see the time frame, bro. It says there 5 minute, bro. Euro GP moving nicely. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, for sure. I'll jump over and have a look. Yeah, defo, Big Joe. I need another drink, I think. One thing with coffee that makes no sense is that you drink it and get worse dry mouth. Honestly makes no sense. Let's break this high first. We'll worry about the next one. What's your reasons for being longs? Mainly just the Asia liquidity, bro. We swept the Asia low up here and then we had a change of character. So just off an order block there. Pretty simple really, Steely. Not an optimal position. I mean, EU and G is pretty untradeable right now. So EG is the best to be looking at. Yeah, for sure. John Brock, sweet. DXY started reversing. I always need a shit instantly after a coffee. Yeah, trust me, mate. Try a coffee and a cigarette, mate. Fucking want to shit your guts out. Right, nice. We broke that high, so we're making a little bit of progress. Now, the next stop is actually breaking out of the range. We can see a few things price may be targeting. First thing that my attention is drawn to is this imbalance here. Alright, this imbalance there. How much we should be 1R up now on this. Yeah, over 1R up, 1.2R. So this is the reality of trading though, boys. Like, and this is what I always say. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you have. Like, it doesn't matter how much you're making off this position. It's all about funding and how much money you have. So I, for example, I'm funded, well, multiple 6 figures, but even one account. So for example, one 200k account. I'll put 1% risk, which is 2k. So there'll be 2k risk on this position. Right now we're up 1.1, which means you'll be up 2.2k. You'll be up 2.2k off a 1-to-1 position on a Monday morning. And this is the reality of trading. Once you put the work in to get the funding. You boys are in the position that I was in only a few years ago, where you're putting the work in, you're perfecting the strategy to get the funding. Once you've got that multi-6-figure funding, boys, you'll realise the beauty of trading. Like, you don't realise the beauty of trading yet, but all you men are working towards it. And trust me, that the feeling of that is unreal. Like, even if it hits a 2 to 1, you know you can get out of 4K, and that's most people's monthly wage done. Like, honestly, the feeling of trading is actually unparalleled once you learn. But boys, if you do want to learn, as I said, get into the mentorship. My Instagram's there with ChessFX. Get into that, or send me a message on Instagram, or go to my Instagram, join the Discord. It's a free Discord, boys, but there's got a paid section there with mentorship and signals. And yeah, just send me a message. My message on the Discord's Louis. 1 million funded is the goal this year, and that's what I'm saying. When you're 1 million funded, you can place a trade on all your accounts, a 2 to 1 with 1% risk, risking 10k, making 20k. So you can place a 2 to 1. If you're 1 million funded, you can put it all on this 1 to 1, and you're up 10k already. So it's about how much you have, right? So again, send me a message if you're trying to learn the way I did. The exact place that got me from where you are to where I am now, I can give you that exact same process. The process is there. It's being used by other people. It's being optimized. Changed multiple lives off this. Lovely. Right, we've got that break of that high now, which is nice. Hopefully we can actually close above it and not just wick above it. So, yeah, let's just wait for that. Let's just wait for that. Broke the highs, let's go. Trust me. MS is, who are you, MS? Is that Moyes? By the way, what is the reason for that big move on DXY? The reason for the big move on the DXY, boys, was the tariff. So if you didn't know, for a start yet, if you're trading, do yourself a favour. The bare minimum you can do is download BBC News, yeah, and turn on breaking news notifications, right? I barely even knew it, but I got on a big old massive alert to your phone. The alert goes off like the Russians are flying overhead and about to nuke us, and tells you that the big news has happened. Obviously in trading, I'm sure people was aware of it earlier, but even that, and you would have just got pinged and it would have said US and China tariffs paused. Like, it's the bare minimum effort to make, boys. We've got to be doing this shit. We've got, right, nice. We closed above that high, which is nice. Let's see if we can get into this fair value gap now. Start pushing up into this fair value gap. But yeah, and that was the reason, obviously, for the big dump. Bro, look at Financial Juice. It updates the news by the second. Boys, I can't lie. PickSuite is the best for that, boys. If you want something that updates it by the second, PickSuite is the best by far. The absolute best. It's literally institutional, made for retail. You should not have access to this. This is for institutions, and it's giving it to the retail. I know the geezer who owns this, and he's fucking proper sound bloke. And Bear helps me out as well with shit I need. He's actually not. He's not a prick either, but his platform's really good, boys. I know for a fact he's got dough as well. He's purely trying to give people better platforms to trade on. Financial Juice is the best data news feed. Is there like financial news bots in there or something? Forex Factory is good. Yeah, I mean Forex Factory, obviously that's just your news events in it. I think he's talking about like an actual terminal similar to Bloomberg. Nice, Lube patterned it. Come on, camera's lagging. Oh sweet. Right, what is RR looking like now? Just going to go ahead and update the Discord, boys. This level was sent into the members. Just going to send a little update in now. Won't bore you with looking at it. But yeah, chat, any other pairs we're looking at, let me know in the comments. Yo. What's it called? PRQ Suite. PRQ Suite. What I'm going to do as well, because I know him, because I know the fella who owns it. It's a huge company, by the way, boys. If you look on Twitter, they got like 100,000, 200,000 followers or something like that on Twitter, which is fucking difficult. A big company, but I'm going to get it integrated with a Discord. So we'll have a section where the news will come through to the Discord, which is going to be sick. But I'm going to be working on that. I need to meet the brer and sort of talk to him and stuff. But yeah, man, PickSuite's really good. And we're going to try and get it integrated into the Discord. So it's going to level up even more, boys. Even fucking more. Just going to update the boys. He's so annoying, I think he... Right, lovely move though, boys. Lovely, lovely move. It's only Monday and we're already up 2.5 far, boys, for the signals. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Monday morning, we're already cooking. Cooking heavy. Let's go. What did I tell you in the Discord, boys? There will be more positions. I said there will be more positions this morning. Don't worry. Everyone's like, oh my God, EU's already played out. GU's already... Don't worry, boys, okay? Don't be that guy. There'll always be positions. Trust me. Just got to tune into the live and they will be there. If they're there, I'll seek them out. I can get them. No, I want to see how we move. Big potential for Asia high in the trade. Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. I want to see how we react with this fair value. And the reason why I say even potentially sell is because at these times, 9 to 10, we get consolidation around these areas. And we may actually push up, but we just get that consolidation. So sometimes it's way more efficient to just get out at 2.5 rather than waiting another like 2-3 hours to either get out at 3.5 or lose the trade. So maybe around 10 o'clock thinking about closing if we haven't managed to just body past this fair value. But nice, man. Real nice morning. Done for the week. Lovely January. Closed mine. Lovely. Boys, send profits to Discord. Everyone. Let me quickly... What I'm going to do, I'm going to send a message into the Discord. I want everyone to reply to it with profits if you manage to get in. 2 secs, boys. I need to just aura farm quickly. Let me aura farm real quick. Let me aura farm. Hang on. Yeah, 2 secs. I'm going to send something to the profits chat. Everyone respond to that. Let's look at GU because I missed. Let's look at GU because I missed a trade on it. No worries, bro. If I missed any comments, boys, just let me know. GU swept Asia high and dumped. Yeah, nah. Yeah, that's for GU. Oh, you're talking about GU. Yeah, this is EG, bro. We're trading right now. Do you just read the articles on there, G? It just gives you data and everything. Just look it up, bro. You realise. You'll see. You'll see what it is, innit? Yeah, my laptop's lagging a bit, boys, not gonna lie. NGL. Just read an article on, yeah, it's PIC PRQ, bro. PIC PRQ. What do you think of HS Tiki Toki, bro? He's funny, but he's trading aspects obviously just don't go for him for trading, but he is jokes. Can't deny that. Bro, this guy's invited me to go live 4 times. I've declined you 4 times. Why is it now going to change? I'm trying to send this thing to profit, but I'm lagging. Are you reverse? Yeah, he's jokes, but don't join him for trading now. That's it. 2 secs, YouTube. I'm trying to send this thing in, but my laptop's lagging. I'll read the comments in 2 seconds. Make sure you got your messages in. Oh, this is why, bro. What? This is so dumb. For some reason, my things are in reverse date order. So the most recent saved photo is the earliest one. But why? Why? Why is that even... It's never normally even like that. Alright, let me get this last... Okay, Jesus. If you saw my saved photos on my laptop as well, you'd be very questionable. Bear in mind, I've got to do true or dude for every Friday quiz. What time frame? Says down there, bro, just a 5 minute. and this is EG, bro, for the geezer that asked. Yeah, boys. 2 secs, bear with me. Let me quickly get... Alright, boys, I'm just about to send a profit. 2 secs, 2 secs, 2 secs, 2 secs, 2 secs. Alright, I'm going to send a message into the Discord, boys. If you did manage to get in on that, I would appreciate if you could reply with some profits just to let people know we're cooking. At 2 secs, sorry, boys. Let me quickly read the comments. Looks like we could potentially be moving past that. We've got 20 seconds left. Remember, we want to ideally close above. Can we close above this in the next 20 seconds? That'll be a touch if we can, boys. That'll be an absolute touch if we can. Sorry, boys. Let me read these comments now. Please close above. We've got 5 seconds. Come on, 2. Oh, okay. Nearly, though. Nearly. Oh, what have I just clicked? Alright. I use Forex Factory real time. I want my Asia high on DTO. Why? I was at Asia high, now DTO. Why? Because there's no point, bro. I mean, DTO's at 3.5 RR and Asia high is at 4.5 RR. There's no point being in a trade for potentially an extra hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours for an extra 1%. It's just not worth it. 3.5% you want to secure and get out. Get in, get out, boys. Remember, the market is like women, boys. You want to get in and get out. Don't stay around for the bullshit of it. It's not worth it. The first hour is always the best, and all the hours after that's just painful. So yeah, get in and get out. What was EU saying? Looked pretty good with the IFEG. Yeah, let's have a look. I'll have a look at EU now. GBP CAD. I've noticed GBP CHF. I've noticed that Euro GBP with GC for SMC. GC where it's at the higher. Didn't take the low. Nice trade. Yeah, bro, Lawrence. SMT's been working sick. I've been looking at it recently. I'm going to start keeping my eyes on GBP CHF though a bit more. I used to trade it a lot back in the day, but yeah, I haven't really looked at it. But it is very good for those correlations. So I'm going to start looking at it. Obviously, don't need to be showing us all this. What drives you? Want to make other people successful like yourself, mate. Can't imagine I would want to be on YouTube. Prefer a beach. Fair play. But yeah, one thing I'll tell you, Big Joe, is I've moved to Thailand for like 6 months. And I literally, like, if you watch my YouTube video, my day in the life, I had the nicest gaff you could have in the nicest area, on the nicest road. You can Google the road, Chai Weng Noi Hill. It's got the best view in the entirety of Thailand. The best view. Undebatable in the whole of Thailand. I had a massive gaff on that, literally on that hill, front and centre, looking over. I had an infinity pool, I had a massive all-white gaff with ceiling-to-floor windows. Was living in there with 2 of my best mates. Chilling, man, every day was lovely, but you do sort of get sick of it. You do get sick of it. In a weird way. In a weird way, your brain gets sick of it. It's too good and too nice. Your brain wants challenge, and it wants difficulty. Your brain actually craves difficulty. I promise you, boys. So if anyone's in that position, you'll realise, boys, like I did, like it's not all. There's no such thing as complete happiness in it, because there's always something missing. And if it's you, how I found the best is make that thing that's missing just a goal that you're chasing. Because then it's not like you're chasing women or you're chasing this or you're chasing that. You're chasing an actual goal, which is going to give you real purpose. If EU is lining up, it's the one. Let me have a look at EU in 2 secs. We quickly finish these comments. Any professional trader I know doesn't trade from a beach. This is a fantasy, not real. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is what people say about being on a beach. I could realistically, and I'm not trying to sound like a twat here, boys, but I realistically could close this trade now. So this is on a 200k account, which is just one of my accounts. It'll be 2% up. So obviously risking 1%, which is 2k, making 2 times your risk is 4k. So I could close this trade now, and already just from Monday, what I could do is close my laptop, shut my thing, go on my phone, book a holiday. After I've booked a holiday, book a cab to the airport, have the cab turn up in about 10 minutes, take me to the airport. When I get there, I know my flight to Spain's waiting for me. While I'm waiting in the airport, I'll book an Airbnb, and then I'll get on a plane and I'll get there. And I could be there for the next week, and I will have only spent $2,000, like half of what I've earned in literally 10 minutes, all on live as well. So you man know I'm not capping. So that's what they say about living on the beach. You can, but you can't trade on the beach. You've got to put the work in. I'm sitting here in an office at 8 a.m. Obviously up at the crack of dawn, not 8 a.m. but earlier than that, with the pre-Londons at 6. But we're up at the crack of dawn. We're really grafting hard at this. Probably grafting harder than you are, for a few days and a few mornings, but that is them few days, because we're working smartly and we're putting our work to good use. It means you haven't got to do it every day. You know what I mean? We can work, make our money in 2 or 3 days because we're working smart, and then boom, and then you've got the time to be on the beach and all that. But you don't get the beach without the hard work, man. Riches, can I come with you in Canary? Yeah, bro. Whereabouts are you from, Vexed? EU is lining up. Let's have a look at EU. Okay, nice. We did have that inversion. Yeah, I mean, look. We had that entry, boys, so could have potentially got in there. As I said, these imbalances, look what we've done, as I said. Right? These imbalances. So we took the low, that's external. Right? What should we do? Come up and fill internal and then move to the downside. If we don't do that and we close above, what did I say? We look for it to be a flip zone. So we're no longer looking to tap in and go down. We're looking to tap in and go up again, which is exactly what we did, which is nice to see. Even though I didn't get into any move on EU, it's still nice to see. It's pushing up as well, pushing up nice and heavily. Yeah, we have inverted. We have had a change of character, so we are valid on that. I mean, it's quite late in the day now to be trying to get into a trade. I would still just be sticking with this EG. Hopefully that's pushed us up a bit, like that EU push. Main reason being, boys, is it's going to be slow. Because if you enter a trade at 9:10, we've only got 10 minutes left of the kill zone. With this one, we got in at 8:40, which means we still had about an hour and a half left of the kill zone. So an hour and a half of really good, high momentum London price action. I'm near Tottenham Court, bro. Oh yeah, fair play. Not too far. I mean, you got a good train line buyer. Real talk, trust me, bro. Which currency pairs? It says down there, bro. You graph more when you're not in that environment. Yes, true. Careful. Asia has earthquake recently. Yeah, bro. I know a couple people who was there when it happened. Oh, that's something new. Get in and get out at a certain time. Fault, let it run. No, obviously let it run, but like in terms of being stupid with it, is all we're saying. It's like let it run to your TP, yes, but then you got to think. Psychology is the most important thing, and a lot of you guys are beginner traders, so if I'm just giving my advice in terms of what's best for you. Is it better to secure a 2.5 RR, or is it going to be better for your psychology to be in a trade for all this time and then get a 3 RR, right? It's better obviously to hold your trades to full TP, but like on black and white, but I know psychology is a massive thing for beginner traders. You're going to get out at 10 a.m. It depends, bro. We'll see how we do. You literally had the perfect RFVG and FVG together. For fuck's sake, should have entered, but we moved. Yeah, it's fine, man. It's fine, man, mate. There'll be more. That's what I'm saying. It's only Monday. How many challenges you lost before your first payout, bro? Yeah, probably about 6, maybe 7, 8. I literally used to work my 9 to 5, buy a 100k account, probably lose it, and then do the exact same month on month on month. And I remember I actually passed one, and then yeah, the Russia-Ukraine war started, and the prop firm went under, which was a big slap in the face. But then obviously keep grafting through it, and now we're here. What's your reason for not taking it? Because it's money. Because there wasn't any higher time frame, bro. It was all lower time frame. We had the Asia sweep and a 1 minute change of character, but there was no higher time frame, internal, external, that we're sort of trading with. There was a little bit, but it's just not, there wasn't really nothing major. Trying to improve every challenge with my wrongdoings. That's it, bro. That's all you can do. And remember, mate, it's not about being perfect. It's just about being enough. It's about having enough so you can take 1% out of the market a week. If you can take 1% out of the market a week, boys, your life is beautiful. You can look for short in EU fib level. I wouldn't be looking for short on EU right now, but I'll be looking to just stay in this EU long. Sorry, this EG long. EU maybe, but for me, EU's just not worth it. Bro, well gone. What you saying? 21 to great. What pair you trading? It says down there, bro. This is EG. AU longs. Let's have a look at some other pairs. Let's have a look at AUD USD. It's probably going to look very similar to all other USD pairs. Yeah, I mean, with this again, I'll be looking for the same thing. I'll be looking at selling from this order block. Obviously just above the daily trade opening as well, so we've got our premium and discount. So what we're really looking for, price to rally up to this order block. Oh. Price to rally up to this order block. And then when we get here, we'll look for something on the lower time frame that confirms it to us. And then we'll look to get sales down to this low. That's what we'll be looking at on AU. It's got the DTO here, so we want us to come into that premium area as well before getting into sales. We are at a significant point, so it'll be interesting to see how we move. How we move past this. Are we bullish for tomorrow? Are we still in a bearish mode? It's too difficult to tell, man. We still got the main New York session, which is the big distribution to come. I'd still be bearish tomorrow for sure, unless anything changes right now. GU short limit not triggered, GU long limit not triggered, Richess effects. What time frame you always looking for FEGs? 5 minute and 15 minute, bro. When we're talking order flow and watching the market move. Higher time frame wise, I'm looking for hourly, 4 hour, and daily, and 8 hour. But when we're talking about actually looking at the market and looking at order flow being what am I saying? Order flow being accepted or rejected? I don't know. Anyway. When we're actually looking at order flow being rejected or whatnot, how we're actually moving, the 5 minute imbalances and the 15 you're actually gonna be able to see what's happening as it's happening. What was this entry based off? Asia liquidity grab strategy, bro. This strategy that we've been trading for years. Everyone in the Discord trades it. The best strategy in the market. You get in from 7 AM to 10 AM. You get in, you get out. You look for 3 things to validate your entry, and then that's it. Must have already moved near 100%, near on 100% of their ADR. What's that, Craigo? What's pairs for that for? Can you check fib level on EU so I match my level? Yeah, no worries, mate. What level do you want to check here, Euro? We did almost feel the 5 minute FVG on EG, now pushing to the upside, looking good. Yeah, trust me. EU GU shorts from fib. Yeah, everyone's talking about the fib level and talking about EU and GU shorts. I wouldn't be getting into EU and GU shorts, boys. Again, like I said at the start, it's about stacking the odds in your favour. We're not a high probability time right now. 7 AM to 10 AM is your high probability London times. Look at the time. We've got 4 minutes left of them times. You don't want to get in now. Alright, you really don't. Especially when you're looking at a longer reversal trade. I wouldn't be tempted into EU and GU reversals. I know it may look good. You can get in if you want, but it's just times, boys. Again, don't just consider price. Consider time is just as important. No, I know what it means, but what pair, bro? For your ADR. Had a sell limit on a 3 minute order block this morning on GU London Open. Lovely, bro. Lovely motto. You're up. What time is DTO, bro? 5 AM, brother. 5 AM. It's on our indicator, though. Pretty much means all moves in that direction will be done. Right. How do I join Discord? Go to my Instagram there, bro. My name is RichessFX. It's in the link in the description, brother. We do have one of the best communities. If you're wondering why this live ain't got too many views, we got 100 man on YouTube right now. And we got about, what, 40 in this TikTok live. This is my 3rd account, boys. I've got 2 other TikToks that have gone down. So, or like, can't go live right now. So everyone drop a follow on here, because this is where I'll probably be going live. I do normally get like 300 views on a TikTok, but it's a new account, so I'm going to have to run it up. YouTube though, always popping. Always popping. Got the face cam and full chart on YouTube if you want to see me in that aspect, boys. My YouTube is the same as my Instagram, RichesseFX. Alright, people's looking at shorts on EU, so let's have a look. This guy's cutting out for EU shorts. Yeah, very simple. EU, I'll be looking for this big imbalance to be filled. And then it'll be similar for GU. Although GU, I'd probably more target this middle one here. It's unrealistic that it's going to rally that much. This gold now, bro. It says the pair on the right there. Right, we've got 30 seconds of this close as well, boys, and we're about to see a CRT of this. Okay, hopefully we are. Don't be a bastard, man. Just don't. We've got 30 seconds left. If we have a close like this, then that means CRT. Oh, to be fair, the high's already been taken, though. Yeah, I mean, that CRT is sort of being... Still be nice. If we close above that, it will show intent. It's obviously the Asia high. Well, not really the Asia high, but the 4-hour high from the Asia session. Right, nice. We did have that close as well, which is what we want. So we should really have the power to push up now. Bear in mind, if we look on the 15-minute, really, we should tap into this fair value gap and continue to the upside. But let's see how we do. We have filled both in balance. We filled the upside in balance now, so yeah, we do have a code with ACG, boys. Code Richesse with ACG for the best prop firm accounts in the game. All major indices: EA, GA, ECAD, EE, MPES, basically all of them. Yeah, that's why I won't be getting in trades right now. The moves I tend to be done by 10. EU and GU DTI is so high up as well to look for shorts now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. EU 5-minute creating FVG when there's IFVG too. I'm not even going to bother looking at EU, boys, because you just don't want to be getting in it. Just bad, don't. It's literally down 1% today. Whole percent, which is crazy. But yeah, they're the levels I'd look for anyway. So I wouldn't be tempted at all. You can get into longs up to that point if you want a little cheeky one, but... candle, yeah, CRT's candle range theory, bro. If you want to learn about that, I'll teach it heavily. It's really powerful concept. So we can break out that high. We are outside of the kill zone now though, boys. So I'm going to be jumping off pretty soonish. Got bare likes in there. Big up to everyone who double tapped the screen. Send me a DM, boys, if you like this a lot. Bro, some trader who just got me held off live for coming on live. Yeah, bro, this is my third account. Tell me about it, Scouse. On EU myself, but not going anywhere. I want it to trade. Yeah, man, I want EG. EG looks a lot better. The dollar's sort of untradeable because of that news. So this is why we're selecting our only pair that's not with the dollar. That's why it's important to have a pair there that isn't necessarily dollar associated, because as we know, shit like that can happen for the dollar. Especially with the Don, especially with Trump in charge. Just remember, the geezer just does whatever he feels like on that given day. How long you been trading? 4 years, bro. Oh, you caught them shorts earlier, baby. Cool, bro. This is our exact strategy, bro. This is my nap time on TikTok. I'm a small account trying to change my life and others hate. And yeah, cool. So yeah, bro, trust. People's like that, man. You better get used to it, bro. I've had so many accounts gone. I've had an account with like 80k followers gone. Bare shit, man. Just gotta firm it, bro. I'll be real. EG didn't create CRT of the 1 hour, but GBPCHF did, so we have SMT correlation. Nice, Lawrence. Gold longs. Do you think we can catch EU longs on the New York session? I'll be more looking for shorts. You just want it to slowly come up to that fair value gap and then come down. New York session, you want to go with a trend. Like London, you can go with reversals because it's manipulation, but if we're talking about actually looking for moves and seriously catching trades, then you want to be looking for the main move to be a sell-off in continuation with that trend. Oh, come on, man, break this high. It's so hot in here as well. I need to fucking open some windows, bro. 2-6. Swear to God, I better not get any fucking bees in here or wasps. Can't get past the FVG level. Yeah, that's what I said would happen, boys. I said when you get around that 10 AM point, we start to consolidate. This is why I said it's potentially better to close it now than giving you the headache of staying in longer. And again, this is just stuff you know from being in the market every day for years. Appreciate that, Sesame. What FVG? This one here. Oh, the EU one, you mean? This one. GU, I'd look for this one. Slightly lower. Need to push past this higher, man. 10 o'clock now. This is what's sent into the signals, boys. Boys, if you do want signals or mentorship, we have signals for £100 a month and mentorship for £39 a month. Big Lou, what are you saying, Corey? Yeah. So if you want mentorship or signals, boys, get in the Discord and send me a message. My name's Louis on the Discord. You should see me when you join. Also, 10 AM is a new 4-hour candle, so I'll most likely have some type of pullback to create the wick of the candle. Yeah, exactly, Lawrence, exactly. We should have an open, low, high, close candle ideally. So we'll open, low, high, and then close. Just TP us beautifully. That's all we need. Yeah, good point, that, Lawrence. Yeah, trust. You think better getting funded or using your own capital? Getting funded for 100%, 1,000,000%. We're drinking on EU. Come take out Asia high too. Nah, man, I don't think it's going to come up that high. It's a lot of pips, man. And plus, the move was caused fundamentally, so it's not like it's just a liquidity grab or anything. It's caused by fundamental things. Right, boys, I'm going to jump off now. So, everyone, make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Mace will be live for the New York session. So, my name's Louis, but Mace will be live on the New York session at 1 PM. So, everyone get in the Discord so you got the link for when we do go live. We're going to be live on YouTube and on TikTok, so make sure you're there, boys. I'll be active in the Discord, replying to DMs. I'll be active on Insta, replying to DMs. Everyone drop a follow on this. Like I said, it's my third account in it. So if you're on the Discord, I'll send a link out every time I'm live, which is twice a day. So that's why I say get in the Discord so you actually know when I'm live or what account I'm live on. And you can just get the link sent straight. It's easier. But alright, boys. Appreciate you, man, all liking, comment, subscribing, sharing, all the rest of it. If you want to send me a DM, send me a DM now. I'm going to be replying to everyone. And I will catch you boys in the very next video, boys. Sweet, everyone. I appreciate it. As I said, 1 PM, Mace will be live, so we'll be back at 1. Sweet, boys. I'll catch you in a bit. Love. Okay, that live weren't the worst. Screenshot that. Enjoy the day, everyone. Yeah, sweet, boys. I'm going to jump off YouTube as well. As I said, we don't really want to just sit and watch this consolidated market. I've said my piece. I'd rather be waiting to see and look for sells on EU and GU, and then just holding these buys on EG or closing these buys on EG. I'm out of EG. Sweet. Yeah, everyone send your profits to here, boys, as well, if you can. Everyone send your profits back to this if you can, boys. Everyone reply to this. And the profits. Alright, boys, appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Sweet as.